Best podcast in the world, that's what them people told me.
All right, let's get into it. What's your number 5?
So I'm gonna have to say, and you probably never heard of this one, Equilibrium.
I've heard of it. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it, scrolling through and kind of.
It's with Christian Bale and I think Tyrese Gibson. It is one of those where I think I've watched it. Actually, it's
Tyrese?
I think. Hold on.
Really?
Hold on.
I mean, I'm not doubting you, but I'm just saying I wouldn't picture him in a Sci-Fi.
So this is one of the ones where we were talking about the old Netflix.
Yeah.
I remember my dad getting this one and we watched it until we had to return it.
Yeah.
Taye Diggs, sorry.
Taye Diggs. Okay.
Taye Diggs.
Okay. Equilibrium. I didn't know it was that old. Like I said, I remember seeing it.
2002.
Okay. It's not old, but
it's not super old, but it is definitely one of those where if it's on, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Because it's sci-fi plus a lot of action, the story. So it's
Yeah. Okay.
Top. It's definitely number 5 for me.
Okay. All right. Well, I might go a little bit wacky compared to what you started with, but I like this entire series, but I'm gonna pick Back to the Future 2.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, I have.
So if that one's on, I'll stop and watch it, and it's just because it goes, pretty much, they all do that, but they go back and forth pretty, and it shows old Marty and young Marty and all that. So it's
why not the first one?
It's kind of, I don't know. For some reason, it seems like it was made 20 years before the second one. It just seems so old.
Right.
But then the second one seems just a little more up to date. The CGI is a little bit better. I don't think it was CGI back then, but it was the graphics were a little bit better, and it was a little bit different, better story. So that was my favorite of the 3.
Okay. Yeah. No. Back to the Future was one of mine, but it didn't make the top 5. I think that'd be my brother's favorite. Yeah. He has the hoverboard in his room.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, one of my prints I want to do on my 3D printer is the car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have it, but I haven't done it yet.
That would be an intricate.
Oh yes, it will.
Design. Yeah.
All right. So you want to go 4 and then I go 4?
You go.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to go with The Matrix as number 4.
All right. Yep. And I probably about a year ago watched that, just the first one again.
I was about to say
no,
Oh
again, no.
my gosh. Start this over. We gotta hold on. We're gonna have to change. Tony hasn't seen probably half the movies on my list.
I'm not that far behind, man. Oh man. Yeah, that was a good series. All of those were good. I hadn't watched the rest of them in a while, but I have seen them.
I watched the newest one when I was traveling one day on the plane. It was on, and it wasn't as bad as everyone let it out. I just think the hype was so big they wanted it to be like the first one.
Yeah.
But it wasn't terrible. I
Right.
mean, it was still a part of what they were trying to do, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So my number 4 is another one back in the day. This one is RoboCop.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The original.
Yeah.
I saw the reboot, probably about half of the remake, and I thought it was all right, but I didn't watch the whole thing. But the original one I liked just because of the story and how he became RoboCop and all that. So yeah, it's one of the things I'll watch. And that part of it, I don't know if you know this or not, but part of that was filmed in Dallas. Some of that.
Was it really?
That scene, especially that one scene where they're going across the bridge away from the city. You can see the Reunion Tower. And
yeah.
That bridge is not there anymore. I think it's that Helen Hunt Bridge now, but that's where they filmed most of that footage around the city in Dallas.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've seen RoboCop.
Yeah.
That made me think of that's why I was looking Demolition Man. Remember that one?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah.
I remember watching that one all the time with my dad.
Yeah.
Sylvester was
Sylvester
Wesley Snipes, and Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, I didn't remember Sandra Bullock being in it, but I remember.
I'm pretty positive she was the girl, right?
That was on. I watched a little bit of that a few months ago. It was on. It wasn't on pay TV, so there were commercials. So I kind of lost interest. Kind of started flipping after that.
Right. Okay, so am I on to 3?
Yep. It's a lot to choose from, and I had a lot to weed out and a lot of decisions to make.
So I would probably go 3 as Alien.
Alien, okay.
Like I told you, that one was one that recently, heck, I think that's why we made this, because I started rewatching them, and you realize how much it is more sci-fi than it is supposed to be scary.
Yeah.
Like a horror.
Right.
And the original is probably the best one out of all of them still.
Yeah.
Even though people like Aliens, but I think Alien's still the best.
Yeah. Okay. I only saw the first one. I don't think I saw... I started watching... What was that one you were saying that you
Prometheus?
were watching? Prometheus. I started that one.
Yeah, that one's
I don't know why I didn't finish that one here recently, but...
10 years you'll finish it.
Yeah. You know my track. Number 3, mine is iRobot.
Ooh, with Will Smith?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is.
That one is really good.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
And I liked it because of the thought of... And I really like because of the name of the company, U.S. Robotics. And I was like, this is too real. Yeah. I mean, this could happen. And then they had the little vacuum cleaner. Yeah. It was called the iRobot. And I was like, wait a minute. Are they really bringing this to life? Or what's going on, you know?
Well, heck, they are now. I see people talk. I mean, like, it's crazy. 10 years, we'll be one sitting right here. Like,
I know, right?
Yeah.
What is that? Not MIT, but what is that? Is it Boston Dynamics?
Yeah.
That makes the, the dog. They have a little dog. They have the human that, not the human, but the robot that looks like a human that runs. I was like, we're not very far away from that, really.
My uncle, when he was in D.C. area, they went to wherever the robot's at.
Yeah.
I was asking to see it, and they're like, no, sorry, you don't have enough basically, you can't see it.
Really?
But it was there.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, in construction, they have the little dog that walks around and takes photos. Like, it's like, we're not far off.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hooked on those videos a while when I was probably like 5 or 6 years ago. And I would just, at work, I just didn't have anything much to do. So I would just put on those, and I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah. You look at them now, it's even scarier.
Yeah. I would hate to see it right now because it probably is that movie.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your number 2?
I'm going to have to go with Interstellar.
Interstellar. Okay.
I can watch that. I've seen it 4 times in theaters. IMAX. That's Matthew McConaughey.
Okay. Because there was the Martian. The
Martian's another good one.
I didn't see that one. I saw Interstellar though.
That one's with Matt Damon, and that one's where he's stuck on Mars. That one's really good. But
that blew. I mean, that was a deep movie.
Which one?
Interstellar.
Oh yeah.
When you really think about it and all this, I was like, whoa, that's pretty.
So
wild.
I was sitting here thinking it was between Interstellar and Inception, but Interstellar's one where I can watch it anytime it's on because of the story, and when they go to that one planet and it's for every 7 minutes or for every minute or whatever it was, I can't remember, is 7 years.
Yeah.
So however long you're down there, he's aging.
Right.
It's you're gone for 30 minutes. He's 30. He went 37 years. It's like, what the?
You're right.
All of it is just, mind loop.
Yeah, and it just makes you wonder where do these guys come up with that? It's just, are they just so far out there and so creative that they just come up with that? And
even I think if I remember right, Christopher Nolan brought in people that understand quantum all of that to be like, hey, this is all possible. Technically, the math works out. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's way beyond what I can conceive. So, my number 2 is Terminator.
Which one?
The first one.
You don't have T2 on there?
I like T2. What? But the original gets me. I actually like T2 because of just how tough the liquid metal guy was. But the original is just it's just got a place for me. You're
gonna have everyone mad in the comments. Everyone says T2's better than T.
Oh, really? Is that the thought?
I'm pretty positive.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I remember
those are good though.
I remember definitely seeing T2 in the theater in Georgia.
Yeah,
visiting my cousin or whatever, and we went to go see it. But that was intense. But like I said, just the original story.
It's a good one. Terminator. That whole series, anytime a movie I watch it. I think they all have a good story because it's all Skynet taking over. Again, something that's very plausible to happen.
Very, very possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. iRobot.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, actually, some movies I have to actually stop watching because I start thinking something. I'm like, oh my God, they're really doing this. What? I got to stop, man. I'm getting, it's too realistic, you know. But you know, it's all just movies and make believe until it really happens.
Exactly.
Right.
I agree. Okay, then my number one movie is just because of how many times I watched it with my dad, and I can watch it whenever. If that's the criteria, is Fifth Element with Bruce Willis. Yeah,
I like that one too. I was working at a movie theater when I saw that one, so I saw that one multiple times free. Yeah. So yeah, I like
that's
that one.
One of those where I think I've seen it every time it's on, and then every iteration of stuff going from like DVD to VHS, like VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, all of that. I think that's the one I always get my dad because I know it's his favorite, and we always have watched it. Yeah. And so that's my number one.
Oh yeah, okay. For some reason, I know my son's name Corbin, but for some reason, something makes me think that we had a kid on a team or something named Corbin Dallas, or maybe I'm thinking. I don't know. It sounds familiar though, Corbin, because I remember somebody having that name, Corbin Dallas, and we would always make fun of him. Not fun, but just kind of bring it up. You know,
that's funny.
The only thing I did was kind of annoying in that movie was Chris Tucker.
I know, but at the time, that's when he was that character.
Yeah.
But even then, he's annoying, but he doesn't It's not to the point where it's so annoying. It's still he's going to be annoying. He does his part, but then it's funny, it's comedic.
It was funny, yeah.
Yeah, it's comedic annoying. It's not constantly.
Yeah.
Because then you got Bruce Willis who's just grumpy. So
yeah. I also like the, I guess I don't know what to call it, but the the other world aspect of it.
Yeah.
How there's some hidden secrets.
Yeah.
And she's got the key to light or universe or whatever. So I like that. That's just kind of like conspiracy theory stuff that kind of intrigues me. But yeah, that's another good choice.
Yeah.
So my number one, I'd have to say, is that this is probably the movie I've seen the absolute most is Oblivion.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Morgan
I don't
Freeman?
know and Morgan Freeman. Yeah, but I don't know the girl's name. Vika. I don't remember her real name. But
correct.
Man, I had it. Remember when streaming pirating movies was a big. I guess it still is. But when I first got into it, and I got a couple of movies, that was one of the ones I got, and I was hooked. I mean, I just have it on my phone. I would have it on the computer at work, and I was just watching it, watch it. It's a great story.
Oh yeah, Oblivion's really good.
Yeah,
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that's another one that makes you think, man, that could happen. They could invade us and make us think that they're the aliens, but they're other aliens, but they're really the aliens. So it could happen. But.
Correct. Another one, one that I forgot about too. Tom Cruise's Edge of Tomorrow. I guess that would be kind of sci-fi.
That's
restart.
Sci-fi.
Yeah. That one is another one I could watch.
Yeah.
But now I think it's called Live, Die, Repeat.
Well, they went back and forth on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I watched. I knew about Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another one.
You have any more honorable mentions? I've got a couple.
Well, so I had Blade Runner.
Okay,
which is
original,
the original one.
Okay,
and even 2049 is really good.
I've never seen that one.
That one's it's definitely slower paced, but if you like Blade Runner, that one's good too.
Yeah,
I had Inception. I had Back to the Future, Dune, Minority Report, which is another one I like a lot.
About that one.
District 9, which I've told you about before.
Yeah,
and then Looper.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, Looper's another one that was almost number 5, but I had to make it Equilibrium because that one's probably more of my favorite.
Yeah, wow,
but
I forgot about Looper. Yeah, that's one of the other ones I pirated.
And T2. T2 is in there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Johnny Mnemonic is one of my.
I don't even know what that is.
That's Keanu Reeves, also from early 90s, way before The Matrix. He was a data runner. He would hook up and store data in his brain, and he would transport it. It was illegal stuff. He would transport it, and it was dangerous, and he had a little bit too much in his brain one time, and it almost killed him. So he had to get it out in a hurry.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch
Johnny
that.
Mnemonic. Yeah, I actually got that one on DVD. It's kind of cheesy for him. I guess it would be more like a B movie. Have you seen Arrival?
Yes.
That's a good one.
That was good.
It's kind of long too, and kind of hard and kind of complicated to understand. But that was a good one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the ones we didn't mention is Star Wars, but I felt like I just left those out because I could literally, you could name them all.
Yeah,
like, they're all good.
Actually, like when they started making all the spinoffs when Disney took over, those were good too.
Yeah.
I think now it's starting to get a little bit watered down, but
Correct.
when they first started out, I was digging all of those.
Yeah.
And when I was working in the theaters when they made the remakes of the original, like the prequels.
Where did you work?
It was just a little dump theater in Waco, little sixplex theater in Waco.
Was it AMC or
I don't even know. It might have been.
Harkin?
I don't even remember. I worked there for like 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
In the projector room, down in the concessions. I did, pretty much everything. And I saw all the movies I wanted to see for free, basically. So, but that was when I was in my struggling days.
Would Jurassic Park be sci-fi?
I don't know. Well, I guess, yeah, because they did clones, so that's science.
Right.
Science fiction. I would think, yeah.
Planet of the Apes.
No, that's a good one, though. The original and the remakes are good. I had it with Schwarzenegger.
It's got
Total
Schwarzenegger?
Recall.
Oh, Total Recall.
Yeah,
That's a
the
good one,
original.
Yeah,
and
that one's
actually, I saw the remake of that too. I don't forget the guy that's in it.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah. That one's all right too.
Yeah.
They kind of, how the remakes are. They don't really follow the original. They kind of do, but they don't. But that was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Usually on remakes, I don't like because they try to overdo it and overhype it and they just make it too big. But that one was all right.
No, yeah, the Total Recall original and that one, both good.
Yeah.
Trying to think. There's so many, but yeah, I think I'll stick with my top 5. I don't think I'm moving any around.
No, I think I would stick with mine too. Anything else you want to get into? Any other quick hit genres that you want to do a little quick top 5 on, or you?
I gotta do my research.
Yeah,
yeah, it's tough.
So what? Just one movie that, just out of all genres, one movie that you would watch over and over.
That I can watch over and over.
Yeah.
Well, it would either be A Few Good Men or The Departed.
I don't think I've seen that. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen that. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
It's all right,
It used to be
man.
Scarface, but then I think I'm now more.
Scarface? I don't think I've seen that
Oh
one.
my
No,
god.
no. Turn it off. Let's go home. No, I've seen Scarface.
Would be Goodfellas, Casino,
Goodfellas, yeah.
Martin Scorsese.
Right.
But yeah, I would think Departed, but like A Few Good Men, if it's on AMC, I'll literally just sit there and watch it because it doesn't matter every time I get hooked in. And
Yeah.
but like all time, probably The Departed. I can watch it from start to finish anytime.
Okay. All right.
I like the mob type stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
What would be yours?
This sounds maybe a little dark and weird, but it's The Shining.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that.
Did I say that to you?
You said that last time.
Okay.
Or we've talked about that before.
Well, another one would be
Because I don't really care for like The
Horror.
Shining's. I don't like horror, but The
Yeah.
Shining is one of those where it's kind of like a psychological,
yeah.
and then it turns into horror.
Right. Yeah, because he's off the wall
Yeah.
completely. They never said what happened to him or how he got like that, but I guess because he was that spirit, but still it didn't explain a whole lot about it. Another one, A Few Good, not a few. You said that one, Officer and a Gentleman.
I don't remember.
That's Richard Gere and Louis Gossett Jr.
Okay.
It's very good dramatic movie, and then it, of course, it's got the love interest in it or whatever. But yeah, that's a good one. And way back, you probably never heard this one, though, Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Oh, okay.
I think I've seen it, but my dad watched it, and I don't think I was into it.
Yeah, it's artsy, kind of artsy.
Yeah, I've heard it. I've heard people talk about it though.
Yeah, I got into it because one of my roommates, he was an art student, and it was one of the required things for whatever school he was going to. So he watched it, and I watched it, and I was like, "Ooh, this is pretty good."
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of artistic feel, and it's got a little irony, and it's really good movie. So I just kind of watched it. I've got that one ripped also, so I watched that one, pretty regularly.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like the Dark Knight trilogy. It's another one I can watch all of those.
Not all of them. Some of them are kind of
like which one?
Well, it's not really the movie itself. It's whoever the Batman is.
You don't like Christian Bale?
I like Christian Bale. Name some of the other ones.
I'm talking the Christian Bale series.
Just okay.
Yeah, but you have like Ben Affleck did it recently.
I didn't like him as Batman.
Michael Keaton was the original.
He was all right.
What the heck? What do you mean? He's the original.
I know, but he was all right as Batman.
What's funny is then Robert Pattinson is the new one. He's the one that just came out with a new movie. He's you'd know him if you looked him up.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. So what's funny is my brother the other weekend, a couple weeks ago, was like, "Hey, the Batman's replaying at Draft House. Do you want to go?" I said, "Yeah." I was like, "Wait, Eileen's never seen it. Can she come too?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's fine. I got 3 tickets, whatever." So it was on a Tuesday night. So we went to the movies. And we're halfway through the movie, and I've seen it 3 or 4 times. Mm-hmm. Eileen leans over and goes, "Hey, who do you think did it?" I'm like, "Are you serious? I know what happens." She goes, "What do you mean? It just came out." I go, "Eileen, this movie came out 2 years ago." She goes, "We're watching a movie that's already been out, and there's this many people here." I was like,
"Yeah."
So it's one of those where I even told my brother after watching it, it's better. It was better again in the theater. Which is crazy because it's a long movie. It's almost 3 hours long. Like it's not short.
Yeah.
But that is the more Batman-esque movie than people are used to. Like Ben Affleck, no one liked him, but that's Batman as he gets older. He's grumpy. He's not very helpful. Like that's what he is. Yeah. And the one that they portrayed, he's a detective, and people don't like that. And it's like, no, that's Batman's a detective. He's not, he's a rich playboy, but he's also a detective. So
yeah.
That one's really good though. That one is it's very dark. It's not like the lighting is not very it's a very dark movie. But
okay,
I can't believe you don't like Michael Keaton.
I didn't say he was all right. I mean, just coming from what he did, so many comedy goofball movies, and then all of a sudden he's Batman, and it's just a little hard to take, Something
about Tom Cruise.
Nobody better not say nothing about Tom Cruise. That's when I go off. I guess you don't know that Living Color.
Oh, trust me, that's a funny ass show.
It was Miss Benita. Oh, don't nobody say nothing about Miss Jenkins. That's my heart. I love her. But don't get too close to her because your brother knock you out.
Bro, that show get canceled quickly. That and even the Chappelle show came back. They both get canceled quickly.
I know. Right. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say what's funny is the movies we were talking about made me think of 2 things. It was Tom Cruise. How many bad movies has he's done? Like I just think I'm like A Few Good Men, Oblivion. You got Minority Report. Like you can literally start Mission Impossible. You can go down the list. It's like, what have you done bad? You're a weird dude. Don't get me wrong,
mm-hmm.
but apparently you make good movies.
That's something right.
And people I've heard people say he's not personable, but then he's very caring. It's just weird. And then the other one was Christopher Nolan. How many bad movies has he made? Because I thought of The Prestige. That's another one.
Oh yeah,
freaking great movie. The Magicians. It's got Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman, Scarlett Johansson, and it's about the magicians. It's Hugh Jackman versus Christian Bale. As 2 magicians the whole time.
Oh yeah.
And it's a back and forth story between the 2. And
Never heard of that.
Come on, man. What are you doing?
I don't know.
You living in the past, living the future. You in the Back to the Future.
Right?
So yeah, I thought like it's funny because you were saying your list, and I was like, dang, Tom Cruise. Like I had Minority Report, and like Edge of Tomorrow. Like you could just like again, he's a weird dude, but I feel like Top Gun's one of the best. Like everyone loves Top Gun,
right?
You know, like he's iconic. Like you think about it, like he's pretty iconic
for as long as he's been around. Because that was Top Gun was 80s, right?
Yeah, and then the new one came out and crushed it.
Yeah.
And then like Mission Impossible, each one. Hell, I got Eileen hooked on them. We rewatched them all.
Right.
I think we're on the last movie, part 1, because part 2 comes out this summer. We haven't seen part 1 yet.
Oh, okay.
We got too busy last summer.
Yeah. So. Let me ask you this. It's kind of along the lines of Mission Impossible. A little bit different, but what do you think about the James Bond movies?
Oh, amazing.
Okay.
I've told Eileen, I wish they would cast Idris Elba as the next James Bond.
He was in the running, right?
He was.
Who they pick?
I don't know, but he would be perfect.
Yeah.
Like they've done a lot. Like Daniel Craig's ones were really good. Pierce Brosnan.
I didn't like Pierce Brosnan.
Goldeneye was his best one.
Yeah.
And then after that, I didn't like him. Like
he seemed a little too prim and proper. I mean, Bond is supposed to be like that, but he was too much, you know.
I think Goldeneye was his best one. Mm-hmm. The story was the best, I think, with the whole clicking the pen and Boris and that storyline was good. And then they didn't do so hot. And then Daniel Craig.
Yeah. I don't think it's the last one he did, but that one maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. I don't remember the name of it, but that one's a really good one. I can't remember. It had that chick in it that was like brown hair and she had a little gap in her teeth or whatever.
I think that wasn't that the last one?
Was it? I mean, it wasn't. It was maybe because
the last one's been a couple of years now.
Okay, that probably was the last one. Yeah. I'm surprised because it was on like Netflix or something like that. That was free.
Yeah, I think it's now made its way out because it was. What was it? Oh my gosh. Quantum Solace was the second one. Then they did. Dang, he did 4. That's right.
I hadn't seen all of them.
Yeah, they're good. But then like Sean Connery's are all good. I watched them all growing up.
Yeah, like the Sean Connery too.
Yeah, James Bond though. I hope they pick the right person to continue it because they're always well done.
Yeah, they are.
It's those spy movies.
So what is the deal with it? They're like the people sold the rights to it, but they have the rights to it still. They have like where they can say what is in the movie, but they sold the actual franchise of the.
I believe that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a weird deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Bond those are great movies.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. Like that's a longevity.
That long? I mean, I don't know if anything goes back to the 60s like Bond does.
No. Simpsons. That's TV.
Hey, when you say that kind of funny, but I mean, how long has it been? Almost 40 years?
That's a long time.
Yeah. Oh, man.
For TV show, but...
Yeah, for TV, yeah.
Movies, it would probably be, what, Fast and Furious? I'm trying to think, like a continuing franchise.
Yeah, what are they?
For movies.
How many did they have? 10?
10.
Yeah.
10.
That's got to be it, man. The longest run. I mean, especially nowadays, what else goes that long?
Mm-hmm.
Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise, but it hadn't been that long as whatchamacallit?
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious, yeah.
I mean, Mission Impossible is definitely more story than...
Yeah, some little more depth to it.
I mean, I still go see every Fast and Furious because it's going to be entertaining.
never really. I saw the first one. I never really got into it. It just kind of wasn't my thing. I like cars and stuff, but it's just, it just kind of evolved into just a bunch of silliness in my.
Dude, one of them they go to space. It's like that's not possible. But I don't really
see.
care.
That's what surprised me. I didn't know that.
Hey, look, you do anything for your family.
Man.
It's like, yeah, cool.
Oh man,
that's what I've been. In the mornings, I'll wake up and watch a TV show or figure something to watch, and I rewatch like Daredevil and stuff like that. And it's funny to see people online like critique that stuff, and I'm like, it's still like, did you enjoy it? Yes or no? That's all it is. Like, I don't need to be critiqued if I went and saw Fast and Furious. I don't. It did what it needed to. I watched the movie and I enjoyed it all the way through.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We should do comedies, because
Okay.
at lunch today we were talking about, we were trying to think the last like raunchy comedy that came out that if it got released today would not make it. And it was one of those like,
I think all of those with Jason Bateman and that
correct.
whole crew,
We were
those
talking like,
would not make it.
It was just like 40-Year-Old Virgin. Like we were trying to go back like old school. So Bridesmaids is freaking classic. But it's like, if it released today, would it make it through? Like, I think back to Major Payne. Like, that was a great movie.
Yeah.
I don't even think today that would get through.
You don't think so?
No, dude.
It's been a while since I watched it.
Watch it again, and you'll be like, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Him telling the Thomas the Train at the beginning, the little engine that could, and then he's got the blind guy with the dog. Like there's so many jokes that you don't remember when you watch it. It's like, yeah, someone would get offended,
right?
But
probably 7 years ago, I sat down with Corbin and we started watching Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah,
and 7 years ago he was, what is he? He was 10 years old, 11 years old, and I'm watching that with him, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, this is not appropriate. I gotta stop this. But I didn't remember, like you said, I didn't remember all the stuff that was in it like that.
Oh, yeah.
No, you can't let him watch that.
Oh, there's so many. Their little hot tub scene together, like when they're, like. But that's what's like. Again, it's Dumb and Dumber. So like, oh yeah, that was a classic.
Yeah.
But, heck, we were watching. I was on MTV the other. Again, I don't know how I got on MTV on YouTube TV, but Wedding Crashers was on.
Oh, okay.
Aiden had never seen it.
Yeah.
What's this? I'm like, you've never seen Wedding Crashers? Like, come on, dude. He watched it for 2 seconds, went upstairs. Oh, I'm good. I'm like, what the heck?
Did he?
Come on, man.
What, he just didn't like the style of it, the comedy?
It was.
I guess so.
He saw they just got done crashing weddings, and they were going into like the whole like, oh, we're gonna go to this one last wedding, and Aiden's like, this is dumb. Went upstairs. I was like, now it was like 11:30 at night, so I think it was after a track meet, so I think he was a little tired.
Yeah.
But it was just like one of those where he's like, yeah, I'm going to bed. I was like, okay, whatever. But I just think like he hasn't seen that. He hasn't seen a few others. So
yeah. All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up and get to this game and let you get home and whatever you're gonna do and
go Gators.
Yeah, whatever. No, I said yeah.
Got it. Tricked him.
Oh, we're in Texas, man. I don't know what you're talking about. You're just talking about your little pot that you got.
Yeah,
going,
I need family bragging rights.
Yeah,
in my family, it is much needed.
Yeah. All right. Well, so for Steven's family, let's go ahead and root for him so he can get his the family whatever family bragging rights for him. So yeah, go Gators. They're all right. But we're in Texas still.
I mean, that's fine. But look, they're in Houston, and Houston is not a good city.
Hey, man, we got people watching in Houston.
Sorry.
We love Houston.
Yeah. Not in Dallas.
All right. Well, thank y'all for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. And join us next time. And thank you, Stephen, for coming by.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Leo's out there, too. And he's playing with Cooper. So
yeah, he's already going to ask me when the next one is. He's
like,
where are we going again?
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get it set up. Appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good night. See y'all.
Y'all have a good one.
All right.